What's going on, my fellow Kino Lords? Today I'm going to be discussing one of my favorite scenes in Jordan Peele's most recent success, Nope. Now, to be completely transparent, I haven't been the biggest fan of Peele's previous works before Nope. They're not really bad movies or anything like that, but to me, it always seemed that Peele was still developing his craft, and then he releases Nope, which proves that he's taken everything he's learned from his first two films to deliver his most effective and suspenseful work yet. And Jordan Peele's creative filmmaking abilities are perfectly displayed here with the abduction or digestion scene in Nope. But first, I gotta do some quick shameless shilling. Please don't forget to like this video if you end up enjoying it, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. And also, if you'd like to hear a more general non-spoiler review on the film, I have one for that as well. And if you'd like to hear an in-depth analysis on Jupe's character in the film, I also have a video for that, so please check those out if you're interested. But that's enough of that, let's just go ahead and dive into this brief analysis. First, I'm going to talk about the creative aesthetic choices that were made that really elevates the sequence into a terrifyingly immersive experience. So skipping through Jupe's presentation that does do an excellent job at building suspense, it cuts to black as we abruptly see a bunch of people flying and being sucked up in the distance. This wide-angle shot has a lot to do why this particular scene is so effective, but I'll touch more on that real soon. The next scene we get is where things start to get really weird, and I'm sure made a lot of people shit bricks in the theater. We see a bunch of people packed like sardines slowly getting squeezed up one by one as we hear the agonizing screams from everyone involved. And to me, one of the things that makes this sequence so effective is the close-up claustrophobic cinematography. The creative choice to confine the audience to such a limited space is effective for a handful of reasons. The first one being that it immediately makes the audience feel as trapped and as helpless as the victims. Now, there are many different types of close-up shots that are used as creative techniques by many different filmmakers throughout film history that all have different intentions behind them, but one of those intentions that has been reoccurring through a lot of different films that I've seen is to provoke a feeling of claustrophobia within the audience. It reminded me a lot of a scene in Akira when characters get absorbed by Tetsuo, who becomes this transforming, genetically mutated concoction of a being. It just has a very similar aesthetic with the claustrophobic angles and production design. And considering Peele was set to direct a live-action Akira film and also includes a direct reference to the Akira slide in this film, I'd say that it's safe to say that he was inspired by Akira when he was making this. But what the claustrophobic camera work is also able to achieve here is an uncomfortably high level of uncertainty. Uncertainty in our location and sense of space, and also uncertainty within our understanding of what exactly is happening. Peele deprives the audience from having any level of understanding of navigation. He intentionally leaves us in the dark in regards to our sense of space inside of an already incredibly mysterious entity that is, as Jupe calls it, the viewers. And this creative choice allows the audience to feel a huge lack of control, awareness, and understanding of anything that's going on, which leaves us feeling as helpless and out of our element as much as the victims. Going back to the previous shot of all these people being aggressively sucked inside, this wide shot is actually able to achieve the same feeling of uncertainty. The camera is intentionally positioned at a distance, keeping us far away from the action. We get many similar shots like this throughout the film, including the opening credits where we're staring down the barrel of something that we don't quite understand. So what Peele is doing is that he's using humanity's common fear of the unknown to his advantage by expressing an aesthetic presentation that provokes unfathomable levels of mystery and uncertainty. And he's able to achieve that back-to-back through a far distance wide-angle shot and then the close-up claustrophobic shot that we get right after that scene. And the thematic context of the entire scene is also quite unsettling. The entire scene in and of itself serves as a haunting cautionary tale, warning us about the dangers and immoralities of exploitation and sensationalism. And Jupe's character's actions can be interpreted in two different ways. You can view it as a man who's suffering from a serious case of survivor's guilt from the traumatic Gordy experience and is simply repeating the past intentionally in hopes to commit a sacrificial act that will free him from that guilt. Or you can simply view his character as a demonstration of humanity's tendency to repeat our mistakes due to greed and other selfish motives. But those are just my brief analytical thoughts on one of my favorite sequences in the movie. I'm not sure if it's as quite as terrifying as the Gordy incident that we see in the film, But I still think overall, through Peele's creative aesthetic presentation, he's able to provoke such an uncomfortable and unsettling feeling within the audience, and I just found it to be quite impressive.
But anyways, if you really enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it amongst your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be updated on more film-related content.